Okay. Well, due to kangaroos scaring the bejesus out of me in the middle of the night, I've got this crazy little aluminium cased light. Sort of big. Now, this isn't an average torch. It's what they call high intensity discharge. It's supposed to be 3 times the brightness of a car light. It charges up off crazy looking Australian mains plugs or cigarette lighter plugs, and has the size of the battery. Now, as you know, I'm not terribly happy about some of the sealed lead acids that have been sitting on the shelf for 9 months before they sat on a warehouse shelf for 6 months. This uses lithium-ion batteries. He actually pre-charged at least the one in there, if not the one here. You turn the little thing on the back there, and there'll be a couple of LED lights that come on to show that it's you know, to give you a bit of a chance to see what you're doing when you try and put it in the torch. But yeah, it charges up in that plug there, and you got your plugs there that go into the you know, inside of the torch to run it. And you got a little light on the back which is supposed to change from green to red when she's charged, but it takes about 4 or 5 hours to charge, something like that, 3 to 4 hours. But yeah, the lumens level I don't exactly know. These are supposed to last 10 times longer than a halogen globe and be 3 times the brightness of a tungsten halogen. When you turn them on, they do get very, very hot. I mean, you can feel the heat within a few seconds with them in front, with your hand in front of it. But while it's got half the ribs here, half the reason for that is just as a heat sink. They get seriously hot. But when you first turn them on, they're not very bright, and then it sort of builds up brightness. There's large mains, not mains, like 3-phase globes that I've dealt with at some of my workplaces that are the same. You turn them on initially, they're very dim, and then give them a couple of minutes and they fire up. But this is the same. But they take a lot of power when you first turn them on, and then once they warm up, they take less power. And you're supposed to sort of turn them on and leave them on for a while, not sort of on, off, because you really kill the battery quick. But yeah, I don't know the lumens of it. But I'll have a bit more in the description about it. But apparently these are 12.6 volts or something like that, and she fires up inside first off at 12 volts, but then it's got gases and salts inside that are supposed to actually fire the insides of the globe up and raise it to 23,000 volts. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you that because that's my new toy to avoid the Black Panther eating me, or not the Black Panther, but just the Roo trying to run the fear up me in the middle of the night by crashing through grass as I'm walking around trying to carry firewood back inside, not knowing what the hell's out there.